Being a young guy in 2025 feels strange. You're surrounded by advice, memes, trends, and noise.
6-7! Enrique!
Yet none of it actually benefits you, and none of it's actually going to turn you into the man that you need to be. Most of it's designed to keep you weak, distracted, and passive. And the truth is, deep down, you know that. If you've been feeling confused, alone, or just behind in life, then this video is for you. The first thing I want to say is that you're literally being hit with addictions that you didn't even choose. You're having your time robbed by scrolling for hours. And there's this hidden pressure to become rich and successful before you're even finished growing. You're seeing 16-year-old millionaires on TikTok and you're starting to compare yourself to them secretly, and you're just asking yourself, why isn't that me? To add to that, there's no real masculine role models anymore. And the scary truth to that is, if there are, they're slowly starting to disappear. On top of that, you have no structure, you have no discipline, and you have no goal or mission for yourself. All you're surrounded by is a world built to distract you, not build you. One important clarification I want to make is that none of this is your fault. None of this is your fault. What is your fault is it's your responsibility to break out of this and move away from everything. Let me be honest with you. School is the reason why so many guys nowadays just feel lost and unheard of. We sat in classrooms for years believing that success would just happen. But no one taught us about discipline, hard work, and doing things that are actually going to benefit our lives. No one taught us about the negative effects of scrolling and eating junk food and things like watching porn. No one taught us about this. No one taught us confidence, how to speak to people, and how to build social skills. And on top of that, all we had to do was just memorize useless information that wasn't going to build our lives forwards. I remember when I was in one of my classes, I remember I had business as one of my classes, and I remember I walked in a few minutes late and my teacher was like, "Raihan, why are you late? Like, what's happened?" And I remember I just said that I had to do something and I sat down. I remember as I was sitting down, he was literally looking at me the whole time, and he literally picked on me to answer a question straight away. I remember he asked me what a question was for budget variance on like one of our topics. He expected me to know the answer even though I just walked in. And I remember when he asked me for an answer, I just didn't know. So then he picked someone else. And then I remember in that moment, I was literally just sat there thinking, I've just walked in, why is he picking on me straight away? I remember I put my hand up and I asked him a very important question that got the whole class's attention. I was like, "Sir, what does this actually mean, and how is this actually going to affect us, and how is it going to help us build a business and make money?" And I remember before he even answered, he literally got defensive and he started to get a bit annoyed. That brief moment showed me everything I needed to know. And I remember as he walked towards me, he kind of started to raise his voice a little bit, and he was kind of trying to explain things without losing his head. As he was talking to me, giving me a formal answer, and he was just trying to explain things, I remember just looking at him with kind of a sense of disgust. I remember looking at him and I was like, "You haven't got success, you're old, you haven't done anything to benefit society, yet you're trying to educate me on something that you haven't been able to accomplish yourself." As he was walking away and everyone kind of just redirected their focus to the front of the classroom, I remember I kind of just zoned out and I was looking out the window, and I was just thinking to myself that the system I'm in now isn't going to prepare me for the life I want to live, and it's not going to give me the success I want. That moment changed everything for me, and it was when I realized that so many young guys are relying on school and the education system to give them structure when it just doesn't do that. From my experience, I know what gives people success and I know what actually helps people, and it's what I'm going to go into right now. I'm going to give you what young men actually need, and I'm going to help you build a life that's actually worth living. I know you hate living the way you are now. You're scrolling, you're being sleep deprived, and you're waking up to go to a class which you hate. You're waking up to go to work and you don't actually feel like you're doing anything. Now I'm going to give you some steps that's actually going to get the ball rolling, and it's actually going to make you someone that you actually enjoy being. Step 1 is cut the cancers.
Cut the bullshit.
And what I mean by this is stop doing all the bad habits. I don't mean stop doing one, I don't mean stop doing two, I mean stop doing all of them. Scrolling, porn, meaningless conversations with random people in school, and even things like late night dopamine binges and eating random shit food that isn't actually helping you. What you need to understand, and I'm going to say this very, very clearly, the voice that tempts you to do these bad habits, it isn't you. It's the weakest part of your brain that's trying to keep you at the state you are now, and it's the weakest part of your brain that's trying to prevent you from gaining success. So as the first step, literally just cut out all the bullshit in your life and all the stuff that isn't actually helping you. I've done this myself and my life is 1,000 times better than what it was before. The next step is build structure. Like so many guys I see and come across don't have any structure, and it's by far the biggest mistake that there is out there. What I'd advise you to do is wake up at a consistent time and go to bed at a consistent time. Doing these two things alone is absolutely just gonna fix your life, because you're gonna have like a window of what you need to accomplish during the day. You're no longer gonna be scrolling for 5-6 hours before bed. What you're gonna be doing is you're gonna have like a military-like routine where you wake up at a certain time and you go to bed at a certain time. So do those two things. Go to bed at the same time every day, wake up at the same time every day, and then also include not using your phone 1 hour before bed. Also include other habits like reading, journaling, hitting the gym, and doing other things that's just gonna make you feel better. More importantly, what I want you to do is start building the life you always should have had. Start building the body, the mind, and the discipline you should have had all along. And here's what I want you to understand. I know I've just given a bunch of different things, but you're not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to start. I know this journey is hard, and I know what it feels like to go through this all alone. It's exactly what happened to me, and I was essentially by myself for so many months. I had no one around me, I had no guidance, and I had to figure all of this shit out for myself. I had no direction and I had no one to show me the way. And not only that, but the people around me in school were secretly, silently just pushing me away and making me feel even more isolated. I know the loneliness, I know the confusion, but these moments are the moments that built me. And not only did they build me, but they'll build you too. And the fact that you're still watching up to this point tells me everything I need to know. I know that you're actually wanting success, and you're actually not wanting to live like everyone else. Most guys your age right now are scrolling in a dark room, and they're not actually doing anything productive. You're here trying to build a stronger version of yourself, and you're already ahead. Not only are you already ahead, but you're gonna have everything you need to get there, because I've got you. So to start fixing your life, just start off with one good habit and just get the ball rolling so you can find success. Even starting off with something like 5 minutes a day is absolutely life-changing if you've been chronically addicted to these things. Go to the gym a couple times a week and just start to feel yourself heal. These tiny steps help to rebuild your life from the ground up, and it's what's going to contribute to who you're going to be in a few years. Again, don't worry about being perfect, worry about being consistent. Remember, you're in the most important phase of your life right now. Everything you do right now shapes the next 10 years of your life. Your future wife, your future kids, your future family, your future friends, they all need you. Not only do they all need you, but they're waiting at the finish line for you right now. I'm here to be the older brother you never had. I'll guide you through the noise. I'll help you build the life you're meant to live. And more importantly, I'll make you feel alive again. And if you want to keep growing, make sure you like and subscribe to best show your support. But as always, before I go, there's always one last thing I'll say. Always strive for excellence, because great things will come your way.